Afternoon. Another huge contest here for us. Rivalry game, and college football is as good as it gets here with these two teams playing. So, looking forward to seeing our fans on Saturday, and need a great week of practice preparation. Really good football team that we're playing. Talented, as everybody knows. Ability to make explosive plays on the offensive side of the football starts with their quarterback, him being a part of the run game, and then playmakers out on the outside and defensively. Personnel-wise, they look like they always do. Big and strong up front, and second level can run, and third level's extremely athletic. So, huge test for us. We got to continue to get better and get ready to go play really good football. So, I'll open it up.
You obviously seemed pretty frustrated Saturday night after the game with the offense. When you went back and watched the film, do you still feel like you're as close as you felt like you were coming out of there to being, making some of those big splash plays you were talking about?
Certainly there's big plays out there that we're a little bit off on. But even just, the run game, some of our pass game that's not vertically down the football field, we're close on things. 11 guys got to fully operate as one, and the good thing is we have guys that can do it. We have guys that have already done it before. We got to prepare the right way, practice really well, and take some steps, but we're fully capable of being more efficient than we were.
Go ahead and get this one out of the way. What's the Keenan Pili update?
Yeah, Keenan had an injury, ACL, and will be done for the season. Keenan, I said it after the game, there's nobody that represents Tennessee better than him. He's a great leader and will continue to be that inside of our building. Heartbroken for him and his family. Guy that does absolutely everything right, and special player, but special person too. He's got a great future.
You talked about the run game a little bit, the difference from the first half numbers to the second half numbers for both Florida and Arkansas, big difference. What's the key to get that run game going early?
Execution, winning on blocks when they're isolated, communication and targeting the right thing. We got to settle into the football game a little bit better early in the football game, and again, that's something that we're fully capable of.
Josh, you mentioned some of those big plays that y'all almost hit on Saturday. The 3 deep balls, 2 to Chaz and 1 to Squirrel. When you went back and watched, what did you kind of see that maybe went wrong there, or what's been your talking point to Nico and reassessing those plays?
Yeah, a little bit off on the throw. Squirrel's really close. Make him bend outside a little bit off of it. The safety was a little bit tighter to it than anticipated. But all in all, wide receivers, quarterback, we got to make it right, and you got to hit some of those plays.
Hey, Josh, Kalen DeBoer has told a story about how early in his career he visited Oklahoma. You helped him out there.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that visit, and what's y'all's relationship been like over the years?
Yeah, Kalen's just not a lot of us from South Dakota, but anyways, knew of him when I was younger, and through his coaching career, he's just somebody that have stayed in contact with at times, and got great respect for him and what he's done throughout his career and how he handles himself.
Is his offense, did it evolve in the same direction as yours from many years ago?
I think everybody's continued to evolve from when he first visited us.
Do you have any concerns about where Nico's confidence is right now in any way? And kind of what, as a former quarterback, what's your message to him after the last couple of games he's played?
Well, I think for every player, not just a quarterback, you've heard me say this, you got to play the next play independently, the next week independently too. We started extremely fast. We have the turnover, get behind the chains, a couple times there in first quarter, early second quarter. With penalties, some self-inflicted wounds, things that we can control and be smarter in. I thought for a second, maybe, just offensively, we weren't playing with the same aggressiveness that we came out early in the football game with. For us, settling in, we got a bunch of guys that have played at a high level and have made plays. And Nico's played well. He hasn't played his best football the last couple of weeks. Let's go prepare and practice and go play the next game, the next play, with an aggressive mentality. And there's a lot of things that he did well in the football game too. So just got to continue to grow. I don't have concerns about impressing. He's prideful. It matters to him. He wants to perform well, not for himself, but for the guys around him. And, let's go have a great week and be ready to go play really good football. When you play quarterback, it's not going to be perfect. Everybody wants it to be. It wasn't for Hendon Hooker, any of the guys that we've had. Being resilient, coming back and playing with great confidence, which he will, and poise will lead you to the plays that are going to present themselves.
Josh, on Nico, what about his pocket presence? What do you feel about that? Is he hanging in there the proper amount of time? Is he leaving early? What do you see in terms of those decisions when to run and whether to stay in the pocket?
Yeah, some of them he's absolutely right on. Some of them, he's got an opportunity to deliver a ball. Can the pocket be cleaner while he's trying to deliver it? Yeah. Offensive football, 11 guys got to operate together. There's times the old line's doing a really good job and we're not doing a good job at running back, or vice versa. For Nico, being calm, poised, being in a great platform to be able to deliver the football on time is important. But a part of his game and part of what we need is when it's not right down the football field to be able to scramble and make plays.
Coach, obviously the magnitude of this rivalry hasn't changed. It still has huge implications nationally and in the conference. But does it feel any different to be getting ready for this and Nick Saban not be on the other sideline at all?
And this rivalry's been around a long time before Nick Saban was a part of it or I was a part of it. The magnitude of this rivalry is the historical nature and what it's meant inside of this league a lot.
What makes defending Jalen Milroe so tough from a throwing standpoint, of course, his ability to run?
Yeah, he's been extremely accurate with the football, been pretty sound decision maker. I think while you're trying to apply pressure to him, right? So his guys, don't have all day to run around on the second and third level. You have to be mindful and not let him escape. His athleticism, when he does escape, is special. And so, you put all those pieces together, you got to do a great job of having rush integrity, getting off a block, making a play when he tucks it.
Coach, on your linebackers without Keenan, first of all, how do you think they played in the game the other night? And secondly, with Jeremiah maybe stepping into a bigger role there, how much confidence you guys have in him as a staff with the ability and helmet communication and the ability to communicate everything?
Well, he's played a bunch throughout the course of the season. Played really the entire football game the other night. Everybody's got great confidence in him, but the other guys as well. Defensively played extremely well. Gap integrity, communication was solid. There's a couple things that we weren't right on. We can clean those things up, but all in all, have great confidence in all of those guys.
Josh, I wanted to ask you about Ethan Davis and where he's at. I don't believe he played at Arkansas and then didn't play much this past weekend. How would you assess where he's at in that room?
Yeah, he's somebody that we plan on using more. A couple weeks ago, structural change. Miles got a majority of it with Holden. We got great confidence in him. We'll continue to play him moving forward.
I know that James has played well all year long, even though the numbers weren't there. But his numbers the last 2 weeks have been there. What's been different for him from a production standpoint the last two games?
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's anything different in his effort, strain. There's been a few more times where he's had an opportunity to make the play, and he's made the play. But he's played really well all year long. So a couple of huge plays in the game the other night, things that you don't take for granted but expect him to make, and he's played really well. So within the structure of what we're doing, assignment sound, and playing at a really high level.
And out, who's going to be taking over the green dot communication, helmet communication?
Yeah, haven't finalized that. Could be Arian, could be T. Lander that takes that over.
With you all being so deep on the defensive line and Nathan Robinson doing a little bit the other night offensively, is there a potential for an expanded role for him in a handful of scenarios on the offensive side of the ball just to get him some looks?
Yeah, I don't think we'll expand him to playing a bunch of tight end. That was something that we thought gave us an advantage in short yardage situations the other night, and he and Jackson both performed really well within it.
Josh, from 1 week Arkansas to the next week, and Florida, did you see any growth? Did you see any progress made with your offensive linemen?
At times, just not consistent enough. 5 guys operating as one. A lot of times we had 4 operating as one. That's how we clean it up and be more efficient in what we're doing up front.
Josh, not just with, I guess, T-Lander and Carter, but the linebacker position in general now, without Peely available to play, how are some of those other younger guys? Are they closer? Do they just have to be now, or what's that situation like?
Yeah, we've played some of those guys throughout the course of it, have rotated there, and feel good about all of those guys that you've seen in action already. Caleb and Jalen, those guys will continue to play.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, everybody.